Lovely to speak with you. How are you?
I'm good. So where are you right now?
I am currently in my studio in London, where I've been since March. So yeah, it's
Um,
been fun, but I'm absolutely ready to get back on the road now.
oh, I know. I mean, and it must be rough releasing new music and not being able to get out and play it to everyone.
Yeah, I've never experienced this before. So yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of Zooms to try and connect with people. But yeah, it's been an interesting one, but I'm just grateful that the music's still able to go out there and still able to yeah, have fun.
When was the last time you got to DJ a set or get out there on a stage?
I was in the middle of my sorry, I came to the end of my UK and Ireland tour, and then I was about to head to Japan to do my tour over there, and it just didn't happen. Literally
Mm.
8 hours before I was supposed to fly to Japan, it got cancelled, and
Oh,
I've been home ever since.
well,
Nothing worse than that.
at least you got trapped at home, not in Japan.
That is true. That is true. That
Yeah.
is very true.
Now, I want to take it way back because you've been around hot on the scene for about 4 or 5 years, maybe 2016 Perfect Strangers, 2017 Mama, 2018 Rise with Jack and Jack. So you've had a big song every year.
Thank
What
you.
what was sort of the moment for you where you thought, okay, I can really make some money from this?
Um, when was it? Probably when you kind of sign. Well, actually, my first record deal that I had, which was for Fast Car, and then Perfect Strangers, I actually didn't sign a deal for very much money. It was kind of after that I kind of proved myself with those couple of big records. I then signed a record deal, and then I bought my house. So that was kind of the eye opener. That cool, yeah, I'm able to pay more than rent to my mum and dad now.
Yeah, because in the early days, it happens in every industry. You feel that you owe the people something, and you're just getting paid an opportunity, and then you realize, hang on, I
Pretty
want
much.
money too.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's like when you kind of when it's your whole life, it's good to earn a little bit of money from it.
Yeah, that's right. Now, we touched on it a little bit, but coronavirus has been extremely frustrated. As you said, it's changed the way we do everything. You're all over Zoom now. Um,
Such
but
a pain.
yeah, such a pain. But I think with self-isolating and lockdown and all that's come with it, there has been some really positives. Like I know for myself, I've learnt so much about myself, whether it be good or bad. I've learnt a lot about myself and have worked on sort of things that are going on in my mind. Are there any things that things that you've been running from that you didn't want to face, that you had to because everything came to a halt? Is there anything like that?
Um, I mean, the one thing I know it's really strange, but the one thing that I really wanted to do whilst I was home was actually learn how to make pizza.
Wow.
So
I'm here like
yeah, I think
facing my
your
demons and you're like, I just
yeah,
want to make pizza.
yours is a lot deeper than mine, but that was a big thing for me, like learning how to make pizza.
And like making
That
dough from scratch.
exactly, that was a big thing for me. So yeah, I definitely faced that head on,
So you've done
and
it.
we
You,
and
you can tick it off.
I ticked it off. We got there in the end. It was a stress, but we got there. But no, I mean, in terms of, to be honest, I mean, I live at home alone, and when I'm touring, I'm all alone anyway. So it actually makes no difference. So
Mm.
I'm just kind of doing exactly the same thing as if I would on tour. So it kind of hasn't really changed me or the way I kind of think much. I mean, there's definitely times when it's boring,
Yeah.
and you just wish you were back out on the road. But I just try and utilize the time because I'm never going to get this again. So being in the studio and just keeping busy, really. But no, I mean, there's nothing that's kind of I've had to face head on about this situation that's kind of put me on a massive downer, if I'm
That's good.
honest.
That's good. That's a great thing. I'm glad to hear that.
Apart
Uh,
from when you don't get pizza right, that is.
now, your new song, Naked, bit of a club
Yes.
banger. You've done the club remix as well. So, I mean, two great versions there. Um, I saw that you did a music video at home while in lockdown and your
Yeah.
dad operated the camera. Is this right?
Yeah, so my dad operated the camera. my mum and my sister were wardrobe and makeup for me.
I love that. Are they experienced in those industries, or is it just making it up?
I mean, my dad a little bit, but not for kind of higher music videos.
Right.
I mean, more like, family videos or when we're going away on holiday when we were younger, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, now to doing professional music videos. So, but it was just such a great experience because it was. I'll never forget this now because it was one of the most important records I believe of my career, and my family helped shoot the music videos.
I know. It's almost so amateur, and this is sort of what is happening on social media and in music and in everything.
Yeah.
It's authenticity. People are craving authenticity. So I think that's exactly what this is.
Exactly, yeah, and we filmed it on my driveway on a green screen. So it was
Nice.
yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
See, anyone can do it. I mean, you've been DJing since you were like 11. You've been into music since you were younger than that. That's
Yeah.
a great message. Anyone can do it. You just got to put yourself out there, right?
Yeah, and get your mum and dad involved.
Exactly. Get them behind the camera. Have they been
Exactly.
supportive of you from the start?
Yeah, super supportive. I mean, they didn't really have an option because I wasn't going to go to school because this was kind of my one focus and that was it. So no, but they've been super supportive. I mean, my dad even more so because he would when I had my first job when I was 11 years old, I used to DJ at friends' discos, birthday parties, and my dad used to drive me to and from there and help me set up my equipment. And yeah, my dad's been along for the whole ride, which has been an amazing experience. But yeah, I'm very blessed that they're both very supportive.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you've worked with some really big names, Rita Ora, Joe Jonas, Tiesto, one of your idols. What's it like working with those top-tier artists while also working with, young, unearthed artists that you're sort of giving a platform to?
Yeah, the established ones are just really difficult. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, such divas.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, in the start, finding the new talent, people like JP Cooper or Ray or all these kind of new even like William Singe, he wasn't big. He was just someone that I just loved from YouTube,
Yeah, wow.
doing these amazing videos in his mum's house. So it was just like, I love, and that was in the start because I couldn't get anyone who was established. No one would sing my records. Anyone of kind of, I always wanted like Ellie Goulding to sing Fast Car. I mean, it would never happen. So yeah, when it kind of got to the point when, I was more established and I was able to work with incredible talent and, it was just, I was ready and it's a great experience always working with someone who's really established. Usually they come with a really big team and usually they've got very much a clear idea of what they want to do. So, with, for instance, Polaroid that I did with Liam Payne and Lennon Stella, that was a great experience. It took me 28 versions to get to that final version that we hear now. So yeah, it's always a great experience and I love it. I still very much try to work with new talent as well as established.
Now back to that new track, Naked, because we're about to play it. Tell us about it. Where'd it come from? I know it's not the most profound song in the world, but it is a banger. Where'd it come from?
So Naked was, musically was inspired by a lot of the songs that I was listening to in my youth. People like Earth, Wind and Fire, Michael Jackson, all these amazing kind of disco records from back then. I always at one point wanted to do a kind of disco fuse record and now felt like the right time. And then when we was writing the record, a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually from the female's perspective, which is something that I've never done and I've never really heard people talk about it in that fashion. You always kind of hear guys saying, oh, I can't wait to, take her clothes off or something like that. But you never really hear it from kind of this powerful female perspective of her saying, I'm totally comfortable in my position and how I feel about you. And it's not necessarily means, naked as in take your clothes off. It can mean naked as in I see through to your soul and things like that. But it was just very much from the female's perspective. And her being strong enough to say something like that. And I thought it was really interesting. And something that hasn't been said for kind of what I've done before. So it's it's supposed to be light-hearted, fun, and that kind of sexy record that people would just love to jam to. I always say it's like the song that should be played at a wedding, and it should get like your grandpa dancing, your grandma and your grandpa dancing. It should be like that.
I feel bad now for saying it's not profound, because that was far more in-depth and interesting than I was expecting for a song called Naked. Thank you so much for catching up. You have been absolutely wonderful. All the best.
Wishing you the best. Take care. Thank you for the support.